Have you seen him? I don't know where he is. He's probably nervous. Hey!
Hey.
What's happening, big man?
Hey, come on.
Let's do it. Hi, and welcome to the third ever episode of EduTalks. I'm Bradley.
And I'm Eddie.
And to celebrate Eddie's debut, we're going to talk to you about how retailers can improve the efficiency and effectiveness of their current onboarding program.
It all starts by understanding workforce success. Workforce success is giving access to knowledge when and where it is needed, and there's no more important place than in retail. The reason we decided to talk about retail is because of how much the industry is actually changing. So it'll be things like, in-store sales are actually now declining and online sales are actually increasing. Is this the end of the high street? Well, actually, research suggests that 77% of people are more likely to, purchase in-store if they've had actually a positive experience with staff.
Yeah, and I think that statistic is fairly obvious. But I think this highlights the importance of delivering, exceptional customer service.
Mm-hmm.
In this EduTalk, we're going to discuss where to start in order to improve your customer service. And it really does start with onboarding. I think we're both aligned with that, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree.
So starting with cultural integration, it sounds obvious, but start before they walk in the door.
Yeah.
It's also important to onboard before seasonal peaks.
Mm-hmm.
I was Nextmas temp being onboarded in December, so I was literally thrown in the deep end without armbands. It really wasn't that funny.
Well, how did it make you feel from day one? On day one?
I was lucky. I'd been sent a 25-page booklet which outlined the customer service approach, the company's values, vision and mission. It was a very tedious read. I'm sure I've got it stuffed in the bottom of the drawer somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I will try and look for it and try and bring it in to show you.
Yeah, please do.
But going back to the original point, I'm being given a boring 25-page Bible to read before my first day. Was not an exciting way to kickstart my career. I hope today the staff can do this in a simpler way.
Well, that's a good point. But what about meetings? Did they have any?
A few, but it was mainly like administrative meetings. What type of meetings?
Well, informal, formal meetings, with different teams. That's fundamental. But the way to build product knowledge and integrate with company culture.
Yeah, it can be useful. I guess I do agree. I mean, I doubt you'll ever join a company without going to both informal and formal meetings, because it is essential to not just getting up to speed with everything about the company, but also integrating with your colleagues. What about knowledge transfer?
Well, firstly, create a digital checklist to manage the expectations of all new hires. A step-by-step checklist for new hires to follow up on program and stay on track. And deliver through mobile, because it's easier to access and it's more convenient.
I see what you're doing here with micro-learning.
Micro-learning.
Because as we know, it's easy to digest information.
Mm-hmm.
That can be absorbed at downtimes, whether that be on your break or on the bus home.
Well, true. But it's also important for L&D teams to have the ability to actually share training material and do that at the point of need.
What do you mean by at the point of need, just for our audience?
Well, it starts by inviting your learner to pre-onboard themselves at their own pace and before day one. This will give them access to key information about the company history, philosophy, and all their policies. They have times where they might need a reminder about product spec, customer techniques, or even sales tactics.
Sure, and one aspect that stood out for me there was you mentioned product knowledge.
Mm.
Now, products, particularly in retail, can be seasonal, which means that they change frequently. Going back to your original statistic, that 77% of people are more likely to make a purchase based on a positive interaction. And I think it's really important to champion the customer experience, which won't go very far if your staff aren't even up to speed with the basics like product knowledge. So what are the results? And to conclude,
the ever-changing landscape of the retail sector means that businesses should be looking to improve and streamline their onboarding process, standing out from the crowd in a competitive market.
Makes sense. And it also means equipping your workforce with the skills and knowledge necessary to perform at the highest standards.
Mm-hmm.
So that on day one, your new hires are showing remarkable performance across your stores. And most importantly, on day 90, your employees will be happy, they'll be loyal, and your attrition rates will improve dramatically. That concludes episode 3 of EduTalks. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. We're really interested in your feedback, so throw them our way. We'd love to hear what you think, and even drop us a follow if you want to. Otherwise, we'll see you soon and hopefully see you at episode 4.
Goodbye.
See you later.